Dear listener, sit back, relax, and enjoy listening. Morning. SV's mother slowly wakes up, her eyes still heavy with the weight of last night's emotions. She reaches for the door, intending to open it just a crack, but as it swings wider, she is met with an unexpected sight. SV, her daughter, is curled up asleep on the floor, leaning against the doorframe of her mother's room. The sight takes SV's mother by surprise. Her heart aches as she takes in the scene: SV's tear-streaked face, her hair disheveled, and her body slumped from exhaustion. It's clear that SV had spent the entire night begging for her mother's forgiveness, crying until she could no longer keep her eyes open, and eventually falling asleep right there, desperate not to leave her mother's side. Overwhelmed by a flood of emotions, SV's mother struggles to maintain her composure. She moves to close the door, her hand trembling as she fights back tears. But just as the door begins to close, SV stirs. She slowly opens her eyes, and upon seeing her mother, she scrambles to her feet, hurriedly wiping her tears. SV, Mom, please. I'm so sorry, she stammers, her voice choked with emotion as she desperately tries to make her mother understand, begging for her forgiveness, trying to win back her love. But her mother, trying to maintain her emotional walls, says with a trembling voice, SV's mom, why are you sorry? I'm the one who should be sorry. Because of me, you had to sleep here and endure such pain. Hearing these words, SV can no longer hold back her tears. They stream down her face as she cries out in anguish. SV, Mom, please. Please, for God's sake, don't say that. Your words are killing me inside. If you want to hurt me, just do it, but please, don't say things like that. SV's mom, struggling to keep her emotions in check, whispers softly. SV's mom, don't worry. You won't have to hear me for much longer. SV's heart shatters at these words, her voice breaking as she pleads with her mother. SV, Mom, please, I'm begging you. Don't say that. Punish me however you want, but please, talk to me like you used to. Don't shut me out. But SV's mother, overwhelmed by the sight of her daughter's pain, can no longer bear it. Unable to contain her grief, she closes the door on SV's tear-streaked face. For a moment, SV is left in shock, unable to comprehend what just happened. The sudden movement, combined with her exhaustion, causes her to lose her balance. She collapses against the door, her body slumping to the floor. Hearing the thud, SV's mother panics and quickly reopens the door, only to find her daughter lying unconscious on the floor. A loud, terrified scream escapes her lips. SV's mom, SV. Hey, what happened? Wake up, please. Hey, please. As she lifts SV's head into her hands, her fingers brush against something wet. When she looks down, she sees blood. SV had hit her head on a nearby vase or something similar when she fell, causing a deep gash. SV's mom begins to cry uncontrollably, her hands trembling as she tries to wake her daughter. In her panic, she fumbles for her phone, her mind racing with fear. She's so distraught that she doesn't know who to call, so she instinctively dials the first number in her call log, the last person she spoke with, RK. At the hospital. It's now afternoon, and SV's mom is outside the hospital room, crying her heart out. The pain in her chest is unbearable, and she can barely breathe between sobs. RK stands beside her, trying to offer comfort. RK, everything's going to be alright, Auntie. Don't cry. She'll be fine. Trust me. But SV's mom can't respond. Her tears flow endlessly, her body trembling as she clutches her chest. Seeing her like this, RK feels a deep sense of guilt and helplessness. He feels weak, powerless, like there's nothing he can do to make things right. His thoughts spiral as he watches SV's mother cry, the woman who had shown him kindness, now drowning in sorrow because of her daughter's condition. Earlier that morning, RK had been lost in thought about the accident. He had been wrestling with his own emotions, thinking about how everything had gone wrong. But now, standing here, he realizes how selfish he's been. The guilt gnaws at him. How could he think only of himself when the people who saved his life are suffering so much? RK clenches his fists, gathering all his courage. He knows he has to do something, anything, to make things right. RK, Auntie. His voice is heavy, weighted with emotion. SV's mom looks up, her tear-streaked face showing a glimmer of hope as she waits for what RK has to say. RK gently takes her hand, his own trembling slightly, and speaks with determination. RK, I want to tell you something important. And that is. He pauses, the weight of his decision pressing down on him. He struggles with the words, wondering if he should reveal that he knows her daughter, that SV hates him. But after a moment of deep thought, he decides. I accept your proposal. The words hang in the air, and RK falls silent, his heart pounding in his chest. SV's mom, what? What am I hearing? What? Her voice is laced with surprise and shock, as she struggles to understand what RK has just said. RK, yes auntie. You heard right. SV's mom's expression shifts from sorrow to a mixture of disbelief and hope. Tears continue to fall from her eyes, but now they carry a different meaning. SV's mom, are you sure? Please, son, think twice. This isn't a game, it's your life we're talking about. Don't make this decision because of me. There's no pressure, absolutely no pressure. Take your time. I'm just a mother who's selfish for her daughter, but you don't need to take it so seriously. Please, think again. RK looks her in the eye, his expression unwavering. RK, I did, auntie. And this is my final decision. Don't worry, I want to do this. I'm not doing it because of any pressure, not from you or anyone else.